you've decided to start a business. Congratulations. What do you do? How do you structure your business? Well, there's a lot of different things out there. There's a limited liability company, then there's a C Corp. Those are the main two, right? Of course, there's general partnerships and DBAs, but I'm going to leave that out for now. Next would be, are you providing a professional service or not? Because there's a PLLC and an LLC, and then there is a PC and a corporation, right? A C Corp. So what does that mean? Well, without getting into the weeds, if you're a dentist or a doctor or a CPA or an engineer or a lawyer, it might be advantageous for you to make a professional corporation or a professional LLC as opposed to a regular one. Doesn't mean you can't, they're just things to consider, but we'll cover that in another video. If you're not a professional and you are using a regular LLC or a C Corp, then the next question is, do you make an S Corp designation? Well, what's that? That's a question for another time. The main difference between an LLC and a C Corp, in my opinion, is based on where you want to go at the end of the day, right? If you want to create a business that's going to get really big and do a lot of things, you're going to need debt, you're going to need investors, you might sell shares, you might have an initial public offering at some point, that type of thing. Then you want to start off with a C Corp, in my opinion. You don't have to, but it's my suggestion that you do. That's where you have the shareholders and then a board of directors, and then you have your CEO and all your other, CEO, CFO, COO, all that sort of a thing. And then you have directors and employees and so on and so forth. That is a system that is set up to run outside of you and the people who own the company, i.e. the shareholders. An LLC can be set up the same way, but it's easier and more conducive to, a single operator or a couple of folks who they're the owners and the operators. It's also more conducive for businesses that are not intending to scale to be ginormous or get an IPO or something of the sort. You can also be a little bit more granular with C Corps, whereas, LLCs, you can be granular, but I guess the point is you don't need to go through the pomp and circumstance and expense of setting up a C Corp and keeping the C Corp up to date if you are, set up as an LLC. It's just more simple. So long story short, the more complex your future plans are and the bigger you want to be, C Corp. The smaller, more nimble and kind of mom-pop-ish, if you will, that you want to stay, LLC. Can you convert? Yes, you can convert. But again, keeping the end in mind will avoid you having to spend the time and money converting from one to the other if you choose to do so. All right, my name is Titus with the Titus Law Firm, and I hope you learned something about how you structure your business.